Time for Twins Pod.
Then I'm getting sucked off.
Yeah.
The real problem, right, and this is where so many Americans are stupid, and we could talk about this, is the higher food prices actually came from the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Like, if you look at food prices prior to that conflict, they were significantly cheaper. But obviously, Ukraine is like the breadbasket of Europe. So Russia comes in, that's going to create issues. And anytime there's conflict, it increases the price of everything because things aren't stable. People don't know what's going on. Energy goes up. When energy goes up, then food goes up alongside it. It's like a domino effect. So my biggest thing, and I'd love to get your guys' take on this as well, what I'm voting for is foreign fucking policy. I think that's the most important thing that Americans need to vote for.
Because that's what's going to affect us the most.
Yes, and it's the only thing that we don't have control over. So like, if a president comes in and you're a brokey, well, guess what? You're probably going to stay a brokey no matter who's in office. If you're a dummy, you're going to stay a dummy no matter who's in office, right? But the one thing that you really can't control is foreign policy, which then comes back and affects you because that's on our leaders, the president especially. Governors can't help you with this. Nobody. It's going to be the president and the vice president. So we're in the middle of a war right now with Ukraine and Russia, right? We're giving money to a losing
we were
fight.
buying gas from Russia, and then we stopped. That's why our gas prices went through the roof. When you raise the price of gas, everything else goes up.
It's a saying out there, sanctions don't hurt rich people. It hurts the middle class.
It does.
On both sides.
And so we sanction them, right? And obviously, and here's the thing, Russia's like won I would argue they've won the conflict. People might say, no, they didn't. They didn't take over Ukraine.
I've
that
seen all
wasn't
these
their
stories
intention.
that Ukraine is still winning that battle.
They're such idiots. And that's American propaganda to like continue to, facilitate us spending billions upon billions upon billions of dollars. But they control 20% of Ukraine. All of Eastern Ukraine is theirs now.
That's what he wanted.
Yeah, and that's what he wanted. He wanted NATO to stop encroaching on Moscow. The areas that he took over are a bunch of ethnically Russian people. So, Crimea obviously is a tactical advantage for the Red Sea or whatever it may be. So it's like, dude, they got what they needed.
Dude, I had Omni-Liberal on here. I said, why do you think he's invading Russia? You know Omni-Liberal.
Destiny, yeah.
Destiny. He came on. I said, why do you think he's invading
me and him and
Ukraine?
argue on everything.
That dude's so disingenuous. He just lies.
I said,
everything.
why do you think he's invading Ukraine? He said, because he's a maniac.
Yeah.
That's his argument. He's a man. Oh, he just wants to kill people. I said, come on, dude.
Yeah.
It's deeper than that.
Yeah.
We violated the Minsk agreements. And if you watch the Putin interview with Tucker Carlson, everyone tries to give Tucker Carlson a hard time about it. I think it was a great interview because he outlines how the United States has lied to him forever. Like, he actually wanted to come in and join NATO and be an ally, since Clinton. But this is the thing. They don't want to bring Russia in because if you bring Russia in, there's no need for NATO to exist. There's no need for the military-industrial complex. You need an enemy to substantiate the arms
we got
race.
Russia and China.
Exactly. So you need an enemy to substantiate it. So of course they don't want to work with Russia and they want to keep them in an adversarial role. It justifies our military-industrial complex, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, all these assholes. So I would argue that is what contributed to a lot of the food price increases because gas and everything else you said. And then we lost the war. Like they said, oh, I'm going to take Kiev in 3 days, and look, 3 years later they didn't. Bro, they got what they needed. They're using the ruble on all of Eastern Europe. It's gone. Like Zelensky's just got to take that. Then on top of that, we got in a conflict in fucking Israel. Iran might bomb these guys any day now, right? And a lot of Americans don't know this, but like literally a couple weeks ago, Israel. So Netanyahu comes to the United States, right? Addresses Congress, all this other shit. They clap for him 51 fucking times. I counted it. 51 times, right? I was on stream watching it. And then he's like basically going in there, we need to have an alliance with the Arab countries, the Abraham Alliance, all this crap. And then he says, Iran's the enemy, whatever, just like he did back in 2002, 2003, right after 9/11 when we were justified invading Iraq, right? And then he meets with Biden. He meets with Trump, and then he secretly meets with Kamala because Kamala didn't go when he did the speech. Because she's a Democrat. She knows that a lot of people are pro-Palestine on the left. So she did it secretly, right? So now, after that, a week later, what ends up happening? They bomb Beirut, Lebanon. They kill one of the top guys in Hezbollah, right? Then they kill and assassinate a guy named Ismail Haniyeh, who was the head of Hamas political wing. Well, that was the guy that was responsible for negotiating with the fucking with IDF and the Israeli government for the hostages. So you killed the hostage negotiator. You killed one of the top guys in Hezbollah, right? And then at the same day, I think the United States killed a high-level guy for the IRGC in Iraq, if I'm not mistaken. So, and this was all within 24 hours. They killed these guys. So it's like, do you guys want to start a fucking world war in the fucking region? Like, what's going on here? And obviously for Iran, not only did they kill Ismail Haniyeh, who's the negotiator, they killed him in Tehran, Iran. He was there for a presidential inauguration because the former president had gotten killed in a helicopter crash. So this dude was there to see their inauguration, and they killed him on foreign soil of an adversary. So that's incredibly embarrassing to the Iranians. Right? So they're like,
they have to respond.
Now they have to respond, right? So they've shot a couple missiles and everything else like that, just like they did back in April. But it's like, why are we allowing Netanyahu to provoke and start a serious conflict in the Middle East? And this is why we need Trump in. Like, for all the dummies out there that don't understand foreign policy, you need a strong president in to reel in people like Netanyahu who are warmongers and want to go ahead and create issues, because Netanyahu knows if they get into a real conflict, the United States is going to help them. We already got 4,000 troops that went over to the Middle East to protect them right now. We're spending billions of dollars just keeping them in place to protect them from getting bombed.
Using our budget to fund them.
Yeah, and we did that. Why? Because he wanted to go ahead and assassinate 2 people in 24 hours of his adversaries in foreign countries. So it's like, bro, we don't want to get dragged into another war and have American troops die for you guys. So I think with Trump in, number one, he was never a supporter of NATO like that. So that's why I think he kept Russia at bay, why we didn't go to war. And then with Netanyahu, he's going to be able to, look, bro, you guys want U.S. support, et cetera, you guys got to fucking end this conflict. Do what you got to do, get it done, but we got to end this stuff. And you're not going to go ahead and provoke more wars. Under the Democrats, right? Because Kamala's in right now. I don't know. People are so stupid. Like, okay, is the country good right now? No. Okay, who's running the country? Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. Okay, so if the country's not good right now and she's running it, why would you vote for her? Quavo? Fucking idiots. Stupid. She's in right now. What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
These promises she's making, why ain't she doing it right now?
She's the number 2 in the United States as we fucking speak. And then some other dummy. Well, Myron, you know that the vice president doesn't really do anything, bro. I think you're a smart guy, but this is bad and crass. Well, listen, dumbass. Last time I checked, Biden's not really fucking running the country. He's not.
He's definitely not on Twitter.
Not at all. Yeah. He's not running shit. And people are wondering, like, well, how could you say that? Well, he's not running again. Why is he not running again? He's fucking dying. He's dying. Like,
some people think he's already dead.
People could say whatever they want to say about Laura Loomer. I got to give her a shout out. She's been reporting on this. He's had like a couple of emergencies when he was on Air Force One. So he's literally
out here in Vegas.
Huh?
Out here in Vegas too, right? He had monkey.
Yes, you're right. Yeah,
he had COVID again.
So he was. They shut the whole thing down and had to get him out of here quickly. Yeah, you're right. Good point. That was right around the time Trump got shot at. So and we could talk about that too. But so the guy is fucking dying, man. Like, he's a very ambitious guy. He's been in the government since the fucking 70s when he was a senator at 29. He wanted to run again. He even went on after the bad debate, like, so you got to get back up, And he's like, I'm gonna run again. So the only reason I think that he would drop out like he did is that everyone pressured him, and we know that he doesn't have enough time, and he's dying. He's going to spend that time with his family. So, and I agree with her on that. I think that's on point, because it makes sense why he would drop out randomly and then she comes in. So, like, I think the foreign policy is the most important thing, because if we get into another war, you think food prices are bad now and inflation is bad now, it's going to get worse. And I remember when I vividly remember as a kid, when we were fighting in the Iraq War in 2003, gas prices like $5-6 a gallon.
I remember that.
So it's like, war doesn't help. It only helps a small percentage of people. So I predict that there might be an Iranian response soon. I just hope it doesn't provoke. I just hope it doesn't hit them hard enough where it's like we end up with a war, because we already got people stationed over there right now to help with Netanyahu's dumbass.
I hope not, because if they do that, my crypto was going to zero.
Man.
They messing with my gains.
They messing with my gains.
They're messing with everybody's gains, bro. Like, it's just wild to me how people are like, running around and saying, yeah, let's vote for Kamala, whatever. But it's like, and the other thing too that's interesting to me is like all these like Democrats, right? All these lefties, they were complaining about the Biden administration. They were like, when he lost that debate, they all flipped on him. You got fucking dudes crying on CNN. I forget the dude's name, the black dude.
The black guy was saying,
you know what I'm talking about? Glasses?
Always crying. Come on.
Yeah, I used to work for Biden. He's such a good guy.
Yeah.
This might be that.
What's his name? Van Jones.
There we go. He was crying and shit. So that's when you knew it was over. So like even super far left people were like, yeah, this wasn't good, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Donors started pulling money out, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And then the other interesting thing is they're like, well, Kamala's even worse. Like, this isn't good. We need to bring somebody else new in. And then he opts out, and then she's the main candidate. Now they're all of a sudden, we're gonna, what the fuck is going on here?
Is it true that they had no choice but to choose her to keep all the money they had raised?
I think probably, because
That's what I was hearing. That's why they had to keep her for the money.
Oh, you know what? I think that, and then another reason, it will look really fucking bad to move her out the
Yeah,
way.
the black woman.
You losing the black
she's
vote.
supposedly
Done.
black woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that would have looked real. Because what I've noticed with Democrats also that they're really good about is they play race politics fucking fantastically.
Yeah.
They do.
They're able to garner the black vote without trying, right? They're able to garner like the minorities, etc. We're gonna fight for you.
Why didn't Trump choose a woman?
Tulsi Gabbard. That'd have
thought
been
Tulsi
perfect.
Gabbard
She
would
left
be
the Democrat
perfect.
Party. That would have been the best pick. How do you feel about TD
JD Vance?
Yeah, JD Vance. I said TD Vance. JD Vance.
You think about TD Jakes?
So with JD Vance, I see why he did it. It was for the tech connect. Because obviously JD Vance is very cool with Peter Thiel and that whole Silicon Valley.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he's very close with them. I mean,
about
Peter
money.
Thiel is his guy. That's who got him. That's who got him in as a senator, and off of Trump's endorsement and with Peter Thiel's like funding. So,
okay.
yeah. So like that. So I saw why he did that, but I think a lot of Trump hardcore MAGA supporters don't like the pick because he was a never Trumper in 2016. He was like, I'm going to vote for Hillary. I'll never vote for Trump.
Right.
He's Hitler. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know, but that was 2016. 8 years later, you can obviously change your mind. I mean,
He probably
he's
said
obviously
that to
aged.
get the money from Thiel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That's
all these
probably
Silicon
why he said it,
yeah, all these Silicon Valley guys were Democrats before.
Right.
But I think
A lot of the eyes are getting opened up.
they switched their minds up, and I think Israel also has to deal with that too because they think that Trump is going to support Israel more than the left will, the Democrats will. The Democrats are going to support too, but they think at least Trump is going to give them the funding so they can get it done quicker, right? Because I mean, Muriel Madelson's giving them $100 million.
Yeah.
So
How do you feel about that conflict in Israel? I always seen it as a genocide.
100% is a genocide. Like
Yeah.
it's not even. And, you know, it's crazy because like on Twitter, right? You see the kids getting bombed and the
Right.
dead bodies and the heads
I
blown
saw
off.
a dude on Instagram carrying his kid with no head.
Dude, it's wild, right?
Right.
And you can literally see it, right? We've pretty much shown now, like, there's no 40 beheaded babies in ovens, whatever, on October
Right.
7th. It was all a lie.
Right.
Bunch of propaganda used to invade, right? Did people die that day? Of course. It was a terrible day.
Right.
But,
Horrible.
you know, no one wants to talk about the truth that actually the IDF killed a lot of the Israelis that day.
Right.
You know, and they're like, oh, well, what do you mean? Yeah, the Hannibal Directive is real. They reinstated it for that day. Yeah, it's been like, you know, dissolved,
It's
but
so
they still
crazy.
used it.
I did my research. The original people that was originally there, they actually welcomed in the European Jews as refugees.
Yeah.
Those refugees actually turned out
Turned on.
to be invaders, and they just took all that land.
Yeah.
And now they're killing all these people, pushing them.
Yeah, most of them are
further south.
Ashkenazi, which, you know,
Yeah.
basically European, so they don't even have like DNA ties to the land. So,
Right.
you know, look, the only way around this is a two-state solution, right? Because let's be honest, the Israelis aren't going anywhere, and obviously that's the Palestinians' land. We need a two-state solution. The problem is this. Netanyahu doesn't want a two-state solution.
He doesn't.
He can go on Lex Friedman and lie all the fucking day, all day.
Trump said that he doesn't want it.
Yeah, he doesn't. And they caught him on video. He had like a secret meeting out in the West Bank or something like that. It was obviously in Hebrew, but they translated it. He was saying, yeah, I've sabotaged, you know, the peace agreements many times. I don't want a two-state solution because he knows with a two-state solution that would require the Palestinians to have their own government, which means they have their own weapons. They have the ability to actually rebel. He doesn't want any of that. He wants it to always stay under Israeli rule. But the only way you're truly going to get peace is you're going to have to give them land. You're going to have to give them complete sovereignty. That means they have their own military, they have their own airports,
He's in
etc.
control of those people.
That's crazy, man. He's bombing his own people.
Yeah,
After they was welcomed into that country as refugees.
yeah.
That is crazy.
Hey, why do you
wild.
think we're all far right for the most part, right?
I like
Except
that.
for abortion, and that's pretty much it.
That's only, everything else we're far right on.
Yeah. So why do you think Republicans support Israel so much? Because in my feed, I follow a bunch of red people, right?
Yep.
And they mock these people that like free Palestine. They mock them.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody they mock these people like they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I don't think they know what's going on.
I think they know.
No, I think
They
they
can't be-
because what opened my eyes. I was like, why does these stupid Palestinians keep saying free Palestine? What these stupid people talking about?
Yeah.
And I started doing real. I said, oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is crazy.
So why do Republicans support that?
You know, I've said this before.
They supposed to be pro-life.
They-
They call
Let's go.
themselves pro-life.
That's facts.
And they're bombing. They have Israel bomb their own people after they was welcomed into that country as refugees.
Yeah. I think it's a combination of things, right? So, number one, the American media never shows what's going on in Gaza. I've noticed this. I
Right.
watch, you know, whether you look at Fox News or CNN, etc.
It's all lies.
They never show
Right.
any of the damage, any of the killed kids, nothing. And that's for obvious
Dude, I
reasons.
was looking at videos and like where the Palestinians live, it looked like it looked like something out of
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. It looked like apocalyptic. And then you see where the Jewish people are living and how we're sending them billions of dollars. These people got their own defense, their own government, all because of us. And they're like just pushing the original people, the original residents of this land, like to the sea.
We give them so much aid. They're number one, and to answer your question about the GOP, yeah, dude, they're cucks for Israel. And the reason why, and I would argue that, I'm ashamed to even say this, the right, like the GOP, they're even bigger cucks for Israel than the left.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think they control
both cucks.
Yeah, they both are.
The
But
GOP
is way worse.
Off.
Way worse.
Yeah.
I think, because historically speaking, Republicans have been more pro-war. And more pro-war means more aid to Israel, because a lot of times when we fight these wars, where are we fighting? In the Middle East.
Right.
Who's our ally in the Middle East? Israel, allegedly. So I think that's why it's been that way. Then you look at who was the vice president that was like a board member on a was it Cheney, or was
Cheney,
it
yeah.
or McCain or somebody? Under the Bush administration.
Yeah, Cheney.
Right.
It was Cheney, right?
Yeah.
Cheney.
Yeah, he had a senior position at like one of these military contracting
Yeah, the Bush
places.
family and Cheney, they benefited off that
Yeah,
Iraqi
so
war.
historically, like they've just been more pro-war, which is why I like Trump so much, because Trump is anti-war.
Right.
Trump's actually liberal.
Yeah, I would consider him more center right than like super far right, especially now. Like he's gotten way more moderate in his views, which I think is a big part of the reason why so many supporters are mad, because right now, like, he's not looking too good on the polls. He's kind of eased up on immigration. He's taking donations, which he used to make fun of people for doing that.
Right.
And just he's just kind of softened up. And he's not like being the old Trump where he used to make fun of them and everything. Like Obama and them were taking shots at him at the DNC yesterday. Crazy.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah,
They're taking crazy shots. I think he just needs to go back to like talking shit, making fun of them, using memes. I'm get rid of Las Vida. Like the people that are running his campaign, like these are people that didn't believe the election was stolen in 2020. You know what I mean? Like basically,
I've seen a lot of elections, and when I went to sleep that night, I was like,
over.
"Yep, we got this."
It was just like 2016.
Yeah, it was over. He was winning easily, and
well, he was the candidate that he was basically a candidate that was campaigning against the swamp, the establishment.
Right.
He wasn't a politician.
Right.
But what sucks is now in 2024, he's become the very politician that he campaigned against in 2016.
yeah.
That's what's happened. You know what I mean?
Look, everybody, inflation is out of control, and this problem's only going to get worse.
The value of silver, gold has been steadily rising, while the value of the American dollar has been falling.
PurpleBar.com is changing the game, making it easy for all of us to protect our financial futures. The bars are perforated so they can easily break apart and can be conveniently exchanged. Go to PurpleBar.com and use promo code Hodgetwins, and you get 5% off gold bars. And you get 10% off silver bars. Yeah.